This video will show you how to enter direct deposit for a new hire employee. Once the employee information is entered, you will select the Direct Deposit tab. Please keep in mind that adding direct deposit is a two-step process. Step number 1 is to add the bank account to the employee, and step number 2 is to schedule a deduction, which will tell the system to directly deposit the net pay for that employee into the account that you choose. We'll walk through both of those steps now. Step number 1 is to gather the account details from the employee. We recommend that you require all employees provide a copy of a voided check or letter from the bank to confirm the routing and account number. Step number 1, when on the Direct Deposit tab, click Add to add a new account. ABA number is the routing number, which is 9 digits. If you attempt to enter an invalid routing number, the system will let you know. Account number and account type, whether it's a checking account, savings account, or money market. The most common are checking or savings. On the right-hand side, you do not need to change these elections. In pre-note, you want that to select No. Form on file, if you would like to report that you do have a form on file for that employee, you can change that to Yes, and let Allow hyphens default to No. Once the bank account information has been entered, click the Save button. Step 1 of the process is complete. I now need to tell the system to directly deposit the net check to that account. I'll do that by going to the next item right below, which is Scheduled EDs. The system processes direct deposit as a deduction. So I'm going to click Add to add a new deduction to this employee. From the deduction code list, I will select from the drop-down DD01 Net Pay Direct Deposit. That will change the settings of this code. The last step to do is to select Send To. We want to tell the system to take this direct deposit, send it to direct deposit, which will then bring a new screen drop-down right below that. When you click that direct deposit drop-down, you will be able to view the account information that you just entered. So in this case, I want to use code DD01 for net pay direct deposit. I'm going to schedule it to send to direct deposit to the account information that I just entered. I want to go and save my changes to complete this two-step process. You'll now notice that under the list of earnings and deductions for this employee, we have a net pay direct deposit, code DD01. The last piece of important information is to make sure that the starting date for this code falls within the pay period that you want the direct deposit to take place. So it's important to note when entering new hires that the effective date for the deduction needs to fall within the pay period that the employee would be receiving direct deposit. The second scenario is if you have an employee that would like multiple direct deposit accounts set up. You would do this by step number 1, set up the default net pay direct deposit account, which they want the remainder of their check to be deposited. Step 2, after entering the new account details on the direct deposit screen, which we'll do now, we now have 2 checking accounts, the main direct deposit account that was previously entered, and the new account ending in 4321. Once I save my changes for this account, I can now go back to the earnings and deductions to schedule the additional deduction required for the partial direct deposit. Knowing I want the net pay direct deposit set up to the original account created, I'm going to leave that alone and click the Add button to add a new deduction code. From the drop-down list, I now want to select DD02 Partial Direct Deposit 1. When I select that code, the details of the information will change, and now I want to select and enter the amount the employee would like to note to this account. Most common is if it's a flat dollar amount selected each pay period to be deposited to the account. You also have the ability to select a percentage. So in this case, Robert Jones has advised me that he would like $75 to his second checking account each payroll check. Once I enter the DD02, the $75 amount that he would like selected, I now once again need to tell the system which account to deposit that money into. I select Send To, once again direct deposit. I now have both accounts listed to select. Since the $75 needs to be directly deposited into the new account, I will select that option now. Double checking the work, I have partial direct deposit, $75 flat amount, going to the correct account. Once again, double checking the start date to ensure that that direct deposit account will be set up within the pay period desired. Everything looks good. I will now save my changes. You can review the deduction codes that are set up for that specific employee in terms of the net pay direct deposit and partial direct deposit for the amount of $75. This concludes the video, setting up direct deposit.